Dear students, welcome to the semester 6 electronics class. This is your first electronics class. Okay. In this, you are going to study about the DSP. Okay. First, we are going to understand what do you mean by DSP. DSP stands for or DSP is abbreviated as Digital Signal Processing. Okay, here you are seeing it is a digital signal processing. By seeing this, you can assume that in the DSP we are going to study about the signals. Okay, that too which type of the signals? Digital signals. Okay, so you should know the which is called the analog signals and which is called the digital signals that already you studied in the previous semesters. Okay, what is DSP? DSP is nothing but digital signal processing. Okay, so here we are going to study the process of digital signals. Okay, so let us study one by one. What do you mean by the DSP in detail and what do you mean by the signals in the DSP? And next you are going to study the types of the signals. Okay, in detail you are going to study one by one in coming sessions. Okay, today we are going to study what is the DSP and next you are going to study the block diagram of the DSP and next you are going to study some applications of the DSP and next advantages and disadvantages of the DSP. Okay. First, let us study what do you mean by this digital signal processing. Actually, what happens, this digital signal processing is basically deals with the numerical manipulation of the signals and data in digital form. Okay, basically what is this DSP means? This is the numerical manipulation. Okay, numerical is nothing but what? Numbers. Numerical manipulations of the signals and the data in digital form. Okay, here we are going to use the signals in the form of the mathematics. That means here we are going to add the signals, we are going to multiply the signals, we are going to divide, whatever the some manipulations are there, that we are going to do in the digital signals. Okay, so that is why in the second sentence what we are telling means with a proper knowledge of digital operations. Okay, what I told, this DSP is going to add, subtract and multiplication is going to perform. I am telling some mathematical operations, but they are all in the form of the digitals. That is why what we are saying means with a proper knowledge of digital operations such as digital storage, delay, addition, subtraction and multiplication by the constant, one can produce a variety of different. Okay, what we studied in this slide, DSP stands for digital signal processing. That means whole in the DSP we are going to study about the digital signals process. Okay, DSP is basically it is going to deals with the numerical manipulations of the signals and the data in the digital form. I already told you that this is going to perform the numerical operations that in the form of, that means if you want to work in the DSP, you should know the or with a proper knowledge of all these operations. That means digital operations such as the digital storage and delay, addition, subtraction, multiplication by the constant. If you know or if are perfect all these digital operations, you can produce any number of varieties of the different signals. Okay. So till now we studied that using the signals we are going to perform the different operations. So for that, first you should know what is the signal. What is the signal? Signal is defined as a function of one or more variables which conveys the information on the nature of physical phenomena. The value of the function can be a real value scalar quantity, a complex value quantity, or perhaps a vector. Okay, what is signal? Signal is nothing but actually it conveys the information on the nature of the physical phenomena. Okay, basically the signal is nothing but it convey the information. Okay, in the proper way, in the DSP, if you are explaining means you are going to write in a systematic manner. What is the signal? A signal is defined as a function of one or more variables which convey the information on the nature of physical phenomena. Physical phenomena is nothing but what? Using some instruments, we are sending the information from one end to the another end. Okay, some physical phenomena we are using. You are using the transmission line, or we are using the some antennas to transmit the signals from one end to another end. Okay, so that is why what we are explaining, a signal is defined as a function of one or more variable which conveys the information on the nature of a physical phenomena. The value of the function can be real value, scalar quantity, a complex value quantity, or perhaps a vector. That means we are going to say that the value of this function can be a real value scalar quantity or a complex value quantity or perhaps the vector. That is nothing but what? Signal. Basically, signal is nothing but what? It conveys the information or it contains the information. Okay, that is nothing but what? The signal. Similarly, we should know the definition of the system also here. What is system? A system is defined as an entity that manipulates one or more signals to accomplish a function, thereby yielding a new signal. Okay, system is nothing but what? Here we are using more than one system. That means, so we are going to manipulate. That means we are using more than one signal, and that signals can be added, or we are going to multiply some constant to that signal. In this way, depends on the application, we are going to manipulate the signals. Okay, we are going to use one signal or the more signal you can use, and all combined we are going to get the new signal. So that is called what? The system. Okay, next. For example, that means you can ask, or some are getting the thinking that why we have to use this DSP, what is the advantage of this DSP. Okay, so what is this means actually? So using this DSP, what we are going to do means we are going to detect trends in the data, or to detect a wanted signal in a noisy environment, or to access the different frequencies present in the signal. Okay, the main one, you can say that on the applications, or for example, why we have to study the DSP means I want to detect one wanted signal in the noisy environment. Then how you are going to use? Then you are going to use the DSP. And in the same way, if you want to access the different frequencies are present in the signal, directly I can't say that it is which frequency and it is which frequency. Then we are applying that to the DSP so that we are going to get the different frequencies present. Okay, for that we are using that DSP. And next, one scientist, the scientist name called Thomas P. Barnwell, in the 1974, he has given the one definition for the DSP. What is that definition? That means just you remember, okay, DSP comes around in 70s only. Okay, in the 70s only that DSP was present. In the broad definition, if you are seeing means, what is that means? It is a discipline which has allowed us to replace a circuit previously composed of a capacitor and a resistor with two anti-aliasing filters, an A to D and D to A converter, and a general purpose computer, so long as the signal that we are interested in does not vary too quickly. That means what? In the before, that means before 1970s, usually we are constructing any type of the circuits using the capacitors and the resistor with the two anti-aliasing filters. In the DSP, what we are doing, this is what the analog circuit using the capacitor and the resistor, whatever we are constructing, that is called the analog circuits. Okay, that all of you know. In the DSP, what we are going to do means that circuit is converted into A to D and D to A convert with a one general purpose computer, so long as whatever we are giving the signals to that is interested in does not vary too quickly. Okay, the signal that we are interested in does not vary too quickly. Okay, next, to implement that DSP, what are the things we have to follow? That means what? Usually in the DSP, analog signal is first converted into digital signals. Afterward, that digital signal is given to the one computer. That block diagram also we will study in the next slide. So before that, just if you want to know how we are going to implement, that means actually first to convert analog signal into discrete signals by using the A to D converter. Please go through the meaning of A to D converter. Already you studied in the second semester. In this involves sampling, quantization and encoding, known as analog to digital converter. This also you studied in the third semester. What do you mean by sampling, quantization and encoding in the digital communication? Please go through this. Second one is to perform numerical operations on the discrete signals either by computer or a dedicated digital hardware. To convert a discrete signal after being processed into analog signal, this is done using digital to analog conversion. Okay, this you are going to study in the what are the discrete signals. If you don't know me, just leave it. Even in the next class, you are going to study what are the discrete signals. These are the three steps we have to follow to implement the DSP. Okay, just now I told we are going to study the block diagram of the DSP. So, okay, till now what we studied, the same thing I have put it in a one block, then it is called the block diagram. Okay, what I told, the DSP is nothing but it is going to convert the analog signal. Okay, this is the analog signal and we have to use the analog filter. It is also called analog signal processing. This is going to convert the analog output only. Okay, And this analog signal, that means after filtering whatever you are getting the signal, no, that is given to the A to D converter, and after that it is given to the digital computer, and this digital or computer output is given to D to A converter. Finally you are giving to the reconstruction filter. Output of the filter, what you are getting is called the analog output signal. Okay, this is what the digital signal processing. Okay, please, you don't think that digital signal is nothing but A to D converter. That means whatever you are giving the input is the analog, and whatever we are getting the output is digital. That is not like that. We are going to use the analog signal. We are manipulating that analog signals by using the digital technique. Afterwards we are converting back that to the analog signals. That is nothing but what the digital signal processing. Here you are going to see once again, this analog signal, analog input signal is given to the analog filter. So after the filter, whatever I am getting, that is analog signal only. This analog output signal, that is nothing but it is output of this analog filter you are going to give to the A to D converter. Work of this A to D converter is converting A to D, and this is given to the digital computer. Here we are going to manipulate the signals. Afterwards it is going to give to the D to A converter, and output of this D to A is going to reconstruction filter. Whatever you are getting the output, this is output of the DSP analog output signal. This analog output signal is different, this is different. Okay, and this is what the process of digital signal processing. Once again I am reminding you, DSP is nothing but what? We are using the analog signals that is given to the analog filter. Whatever you are going to get the analog filter output, it is given to the A to D converter. Output of the A to D converter is given to the general computer. That means we are manipulating that digital signal using the digital techniques. After manipulating, once again that signal is converted to the analog signal. This is the process of DSP. Okay, and these are the some advantages of DSP. First advantages is DSP offers very high accuracy. All of you know what do you mean by accuracy. Okay, hence filter designed in the DSP have a tighter control on the output accuracy compared to the analog filters. The same process we are going to use using the analog filters, but we are not able to get that much of accuracy. But in the digital, we are in the DSP, we are getting the high accuracy. The digital implementation is cheaper compared to the analog counterpart. Okay, what is this meaning? That means implementation of this DSP is very cheaper compared to the analog. The reconfiguration is difficult in analog system as the entire hardware and its components needed to be changed. At the same time, in the DSP, reconfiguration is very easy and only code or the DSP program need to be flashed after changes are incorporated as per requirements. That means actually to manipulate that signals, we are writing the DSP codes, correct? So if you want to change that, that means first, for example, I am telling, first I am writing the program for the addition. The same program you are going to convert for the subtraction, multiplication, division. Okay. Whereas the same, if I want to tell you in to do the electronics experiments, then it is somewhat difficult to convert. Whole setup we have to change for the addition, for the subtraction, for the division, integration and differentiation, correct? But whereas in the DSP, what happens, where it is very easy to change the configuration from one system to the another system. That means just by changing the codes, we are going to change that. Okay, as per our requirements, just if you change that codes, then the same thing you are going to use for the others also. Okay, The DSP offers various interface types such as UART, 12C, etc., which helps in interfacing other ICs with the DSP. If you know the interfacing, then that means it is very easy to interface to the other devices. If you know, just you try to understand. Otherwise, in the coming classes, I will explain what are the interface, how you are going to interface. And these are the some drawbacks is also there. Drawbacks is nothing but what the disadvantages. Okay, for each and everything we are having the advantages and the disadvantages. Okay, you can just compare this with the online classes and the offline classes. What are the advantages of online classes and what are the disadvantages of the online classes? In the same way, you can identify what are the advantages of the offline classes and what are the disadvantages of the offline classes. That means for each and everything there is the advantages and the disadvantages. The main disadvantage here is the use of the DSP requires anti-aliasing filter before ADC and reconstruction filter after DAC. Moreover, it requires ADC and DAC modules due to use of thus extra components. Complex of DSP based hardware increases. And next one is DSP process signal at high speed, and moreover it consisting of higher internal hardware resources. Due to this, DSP disputes higher power compared to analog signal processing. Analog processing consisting of passive components RL which dissipate lower power. And the main is the hardware architecture and software instructions of each DSP are different. This requires training on the DSP in order to program for various applications. Hence, only highly skilled engineers can only program the device. Okay, that means it is not so easy. That means anyone cannot do the DSP programs. Only students like Maharani's College can do this DSP programs. Okay, try to become a DSP engineers. It is nowadays it is a one of the good subject whatever. Okay, and these are the some applications. Some I can't say because in almost all areas, in the space, in the medical, in the commercial, in the telephone, in almost all covers the DSP applications. Okay, here what I have given in the space, what are the applications, medical, commercial and the telephone. So because of this, what happens, DSP is very popular. Okay, this you are able to understand after studying. Okay, so these are the some reference books I have used for this one. Okay, it is very important. Now stay home, stay safe, stay healthy. You are precious to your family. Okay, dear students, if you have any doubts, you can put the doubts in the Telegram group or in the comment box of this video.